With the ICC T20 World Cup approaching thick and fast, all eyes will be on the Indian players when they take the field for the second act of the 14th edition of Indian Premier League that is set to resume on September 19 in the UAE. Hello and welcome to News 9. I am Subhayan Chakraborty and joining me is Nikhil Narain to discuss 5 Indian players from the T20 World Cup squad to watch out for in IPL 2021. The IPL 2021 was suspended in May due to COVID outbreak in some of the teams, but the second half of the tournament will pose completely different challenges due to change in venue and team combination. But the main attention will be on the players who have been picked in the T20 World Cup squad. Nikhil, let's start with the elephant in the room, Virat Kohli. What are you expecting from the RCB captain this time around?
Correct. So Virat Kohli will be hurting big time. He has made the headlines for all the wrong reasons in the last 2 or 3 days. His pride and ego has taken a hit since he resigned as the T20 captain. So there's a lot of backroom BCCI drama which has been happening, which we are not privy to. But make no mistake, this will only spur Virat Kohli, the batsman, to produce maybe one of his best performances in the IPL, like what he did in 2016 when he scored 973 runs. So Virat Kohli will be there to prove a point. He would want to take RCB to a maiden victory in the IPL and then also take India to a historic win in the World T20, because this is going to be his last his last World T20 as captain. Virat Kohli is a phenomenal T20I batsman. No one has scored more runs than him in T20I cricket. He has the highest average above 50 also in T20I cricket. No one has scored more runs in the IPL than Virat Kohli. So Virat Kohli traditionally has played for RCB as an accumulator and anchor, except 2016 and and in a few occasions in 2017 and 2018 he has not come out as aggressively as he plays when he comes out for India. So it will be interesting to see what his approach to batting is, whether he comes out all guns blazing for RCB in spite of them having AB de Villiers and Maxwell, or he continues to play anchor and accumulator. I get a feeling that this time Kohli, with whatever has transpired in the Indian cricketing circles in the last few days, he will come out in his attacking avatar and sort of go for the bowling for RCB, which will spur him on for the World T20 as well.
And Nikhil, we are discussing Virat Kohli because of his statement which he made that he wants to open the innings with Rohit Sharma in the T20 World Cup, which has made things pretty interesting. And if he continues to score run along with Devdutt Padikkal in that opening slot, I think Virat Kohli will be very, very adamant to open along with Rohit Sharma, just because that Surya Kumar Yadav can be included in number 3 if he does go with that plan. So Virat Kohli will be a very, very key player to watch out for, not only because of the noise, but also as the player for the Indian team in the T20 World Cup.
Correct.
Coming to the second player, Nikhil, Hardik Pandya, very, very interesting player. He has been going through an indifferent form in the last couple of seasons, but when he is at his destructive best, he is among the world's best in that zone.
Correct. So as far as Hardik Pandya is concerned, he hasn't been at his best in IPL 2021, which is very unlike Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya has hardly scored any runs, as you can see in the first half of the season in India this time. But Hardik Pandya was crucial for Mumbai Indians' success both in 2019 and 2020. His cameos lower down the order were instrumental in taking MI to the title. Along with Pollard, he is the X factor in the lower order batting for Mumbai Indians, and therefore Hardik Pandya is extremely crucial for Mumbai Indians. He has to have a turnaround in his batting if Mumbai Indians are to make the playoffs. Otherwise, they'll find it tough. Also, Hardik Pandya hasn't done justice to his T20I numbers for India yet. So a good campaign for Mumbai Indians will only inspire him to do well for India, and it is crucial that Hardik Pandya fires in the low order with for India along with Rishabh Panth and Ravindra Jadeja.
And this second phase of IPL will be very crucial for the Hardik Pandya, the bowler, because he has not been bowling regularly. He bowled a few overs in Sri Lanka, but his injury, the lower back injury which he sustained, has been a trouble for him in the last 12-15 months.
Correct.
So I think Hardik Pandya, not only the batsman but the bowler, will also be in focus in this edition of IPL, in the second phase of IPL. Talking about the number 3 players player in our list, we have Rishabh Panth. I think he is one of the most destructive batsmen, the most flamboyant batsman we can say in the world cricket arena right now. So what are you expecting of Panth, the Delhi Capitals captain in this IPL?
Correct. So as far as Rishabh Panth is concerned, he was absolutely sensational in 2016, 17 and 18. If you look at his strike rate in the 3 years, just look at his strike rate, combined strike rate of 168 between 2016 and 2018. I mean, that is sensational for the runs he has scored. But Rishabh Panth hasn't been the same batsman in IPL 2020 and in IPL 2021. In IPL 2020, he had a strike rate of around 110, 113. And in IPL 2021, although he has scored runs, his strike rate is also around 130, which for a batsman of his caliber and the role he plays in the Delhi Capitals team is average to poor. So Delhi Capital needs Rishabh Panth, the aggressive batsman who can score at a strike rate above 150. They are at the top of the points table, but the captain has to fire. He has to score those quick cameos or score those 60s and 70s in 30 to 40 balls. That is where it will make the difference in the business end of the tournament and in the playoffs.
And Nikhil, you have to see the graphics here
Yeah.
of just 512 runs in 29 innings at a
Yes.
strike rate of 123.
Yes.
This is not the Rishabh Panth we actually know.
Correct.
We know Rishabh Panth who strikes at a strike rate of 180 this time around. So it will be really important not only for Delhi Capitals if they want to break that title drought, but also for the Indian team, so that Rishabh Panth can regain his confidence, regain his form in the white ball circuit and score big in the T20 World Cup.
Correct.
The fourth player we are talking about is Ravichandran Ashwin, who has been picked in the T20 World Cup squad after being out of it for a couple of years, or more than couple of years. So what are you thinking of Ravichandran Ashwin in this IPL?
Correct. See, Ravichandran Ashwin has been included in the Indian T20 side after July 2017, which is more than 4 years now. A lot of people are saying in the cricketing circles that it's a consolation prize because Ashwin didn't play a test match in the series against England, and therefore he has been included as a member of the T20I team. I don't think that is true. If you see Ashwin's numbers, even in T20I cricket, he has picked 52 wickets for India in 46 matches at a decent strike rate. His economy is below 7, which is exceptional for an off spinner. He's been a very, very restrictive T20 bowler in the IPL. He's one of the most economical bowlers in the IPL's history. His economy rate is less than 7 in the IPL, and as in T20 format, controlling the flow of runs is almost as important as taking wickets. We often don't give enough credit to bowlers who are restrictive. So Ashwin, also on abrasive, worn out UAE wickets, will play a huge factor in the World T20, since after a month of the IPL, the wickets would be worn out. And we don't give enough credit to Ashwin. He picked 13 wickets for the Delhi Capitals last year, and the Capitals made it to the final. No one remembers that. So I think Ashwin is going to be a crucial factor for the Capitals in the IPL, also for India in the World T20 in the absence of Washington Sundar.
And absolutely, his Ashwin's partnership with Amit Mishra will be really crucial for Delhi Capitals. And as you can see, he has just an economy of 6.9, which is outstanding in this world, in this T20 world, where batsmen go gung-ho from the world go.
Correct.
So I think Ashwin can be the X factor for the Indian team in T20 World Cup, especially when the UAE pitches will be, as you said, worn out after the IPL. Correct. So I think he has a terrific statistically, he is a terrific bowler and potential match winner in those on those UAE pitches.
Correct.
The last player we are going to talk about is another controversial pick in Rahul Cherry. He has been tremendous in IPL. He has been tremendous in the domestic circuit, but he comes at an expense of Yuzvendra Chahal, India's highest wicket taker in T20 cricket. So I think that will Rahul Cherry will be very, very important when it comes to those turning tracks in UAE. So what are you thinking about Rahul Chahar?
See, Rahul Chahar has been Mumbai Indians' unsung hero in their victorious campaigns in 2019 and 2020. Not only did he pick wickets in the crucial middle overs period, he was also decently restrictive. Now, this was a role Yuzvendra Chahal used to do for RCB and for India between 2017 and 19 with his partner Kuldeep Yadav, the famous pairing of Kulcha. But Chahal's international numbers took a dip post 2019 and therefore he was dropped, and rightly so. Much to the annoyance of maybe Virat Kohli, but rightly so. So also Chahal did not bowl well in the first half of the IPL in India, 2021. So I think Rahul Cherry deserves to be in the team. He is Mumbai's highest wicket taker so far in this season, above Bolt and Bumrah. That says something. I think Rahul Cherry, being a leg spinner, will be very crucial in the middle overs period for not only for Mumbai Indians but for India in the World T20.
As you can see, he picks wicket at will.
Yeah.
So, and the turn and the bounce he gets along with the pace he bowls at a very rapid pace, 80 km,
Exactly.
85, 90.
Yeah.
So, I think he can pick wickets at will. And this is the most important factor. He has played a pivotal role in Mumbai Indians' success in IPL 2019 and 2020.
Correct.
So that will be another very crucial factor which Rahul Chahar can bring along with his unpredictability with the ball.
Correct.
So I think Rahul Chahar can become India's T20 X factor in the World Cup. Thank you, Nikhil, for joining in. It was a great discussion around IPL 2021. While the world's biggest T20 league will continue to garner eyeballs, it will be interesting to see whether the second act of IPL 2021 will force the Indian selectors to make changes to their initial draft of the T20 World Cup squad. That's it for today's special episode on IPL 2021. For more news and updates, share, subscribe and keep watching News 9.